Hey, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Taking Flight podcast. It's Megan Holly, and dun da da da, I have a guest with me, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to have a beautiful conversation with you and just enlighten what you need to know about Vittoria. Is she has such a just a beautiful energy and a safe space, and you're going to get to know that as we talk. We're gonna have a little fun, and she's not gonna tell you exactly what she does in this world from a business standpoint right off the gate. So if you are watching, especially on YouTube, pop in the comments as we talk, because you're gonna get clues, of course. We're gonna be talking about things, and you're gonna get clues on what she does and how she operates in the world. So try to guess, and at the end, she will reveal what she does. But welcome, Vittoria.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I feel really lucky. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm lucky to have you. Really, though. Okay, so we're going to kind of start off a little bit fun. So, question for you. If we were walking in the woods on a hike.
My favorite.
I know. And we stopped to chat and we met somebody new and they were like, what's going on? What's lighting you up? How is life? What would be your answer?
Okay. I'd be like, whoa. We just are meeting each other. This is a lot. But I'd like to, I can only talk about the weather for so long. So I'm glad that we're like getting into it.
Yeah.
That's what I would probably say first. And then I would say what's lighting me up. I would say, well, a few things, being surrounded by people who are extremely supportive of me and me feeling like I belong and there's a place for me and there's a place for other people that want to feel like that. And yeah. And then I would say that being able to just be outside and take time for that in the first place, to be honest, like being able to be a little bit more in control of my schedule. Like, I feel like taking your question very literally, but like,
no, I love it though.
I do think about that.
Yeah.
And how, you know, just making time to do what feels good for me and being able to do that while doing my job as well. Yeah.
No, I love that because we don't always take the time to think about the flexibility in our schedule or being where we are. Like I'm on this hypothetical hike right now, but you know, but I'm on this hike and I'm so happy that I'm here. So it's a beautiful reminder.
Yeah.
So thank you for that answer. I love it. It's truly something that I think we need to do more of.
Yeah.
As a human collective, you know? Okay, so how do you enjoy connecting with others? Like what is something like you love doing or what about it excites you?
Yeah, like what about connecting with others excites me? Okay. Well, I would say that people's stories really excite me.
Yeah.
I like getting to know who people are, what they're about, how they express themselves.
Yes.
You know.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you do such a beautiful job of allowing people the space to do that in such an organic way. Like I don't even want to say authentic. It's just organic. You just let people be. Like from the minute that I met you, I think did we talk on virtually first? I can't even remember.
Yeah, it was during COVID and I sent you a voice memo and I was like, "Hey, so totally random. You have no idea who I am. But you seem really cool to me."
I don't remember. That's how it was.
And I'd like to get coffee or something. Oh my God. Yeah.
Guys, I don't even remember that was the exact way that it was.
Yeah.
But I knew from the second that we were voice noting back and forth, it was just like, this person is very like just calm and safe. And like, I'm so interested in knowing more about you.
Yeah. I couldn't believe, like when I was starting to just like see who's in the community surrounding me, and in closer proximity to me, your Instagram had popped up and I was like, I just loved your energy. I loved that you like came to the camera to be like sharing your thoughts and everything. And I like to surround myself with people who are of real and positive energy, you know, and an authentic,
Love that.
positive positivity. Yeah.
Gonna make me like get teary-eyed
Yeah.
over here. But ironically, you do the same thing for people. And what she does, and you'll know what she does eventually. She creates these safe organic spaces for people to do the same. And like they have the ability to like send a little olive branch out and be like, hello, and like just talk. But you also give them the option to be silent,
Oh yeah.
which I think is so cool. And some people might be like very confused right now because if they don't know what you do yet, or if they haven't, looked into it more. But you also give, and can we talk about that though? Because talking and connecting with people is a beautiful thing, but there's something different about that type of, I don't even know what to call it, connection, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing sexier than uh having like quiet moments with people and like not having the expectation of being vocal or like not having to be everyone's entertainment, and having that reciprocated. And so when it's time to take care of yourself, like really dialing back and just seeing like, what do I need? Because it might be different. Like, I know that if I called you up, I could be like, hey, can we go for a walk? Like, but I don't know, I'm just not in the mood to be really talkative. Like, can we just have like that, that I want to connect and I want to be with you, but I don't want to really be
Yeah,
vocal,
yeah.
And yeah, um I think that if you hold space for people in that way, that it builds a lot of trust and it builds like stronger bonds and stuff too. I know it does for me,
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good reminder too,
comfortable silence. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because so often people feel like they have to fill the space
Mm-hmm.
of something to prove themselves, to think they're having a good time. You have to be like, I'm going to just talk about anything,
Yeah.
and they'll talk about the weather for 8 years because that's all they can think of, which it's like, you don't need the small talk. What if you just got quiet for a minute
Mm-hmm.
and met each other on a different plane? And then organic conversation would pop up anyways, right? It's going to happen. Whether it's like from your environment or from other people in your, I don't know. But I just love that you find that and put it at like a high importance
Mm-hmm.
of giving the options of like there's just different ways to exist. It doesn't have to be a rambling, chaotic, just spiral of thoughts. It can just be quiet and it's okay. And I think we can all learn from that just in our everyday lives, because I know I've been there where I've been like, ooh, I should probably like say something right now because what if they're feeling uncomfortable? And then it's like, you've taught me that like that doesn't mean uncomfortable just because it's quiet.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think too, like if you are feeling uncomfortable in a moment in your body, like you just notice that like tightness or that like that surge of energy through like your head or your shoulders or your chest or your back, like you can just say out loud and you can be like, like, let's say you want to be able to be comfortable in that moment and you recognize that part, you could be like, wow, this feels good,
Yeah.
and just like say it out loud. Or like if you're with somebody, you can say like, you can say like, oh, it just feels so good to relax. And that just, I feel like is, the signal to be like, okay, like you're saying out loud without saying like, I don't want to talk, you're just saying like, this feels good to relax, even if your body is tightening up, if you're just reminding yourself like, this is what I want, so yes, this feels good. And then you'll notice that like, you'll just feel a little bit calmer. Yeah. And be able to like be present and take in the moment. And I think that that's what that is all about. And that's what I come back to, is that like, when you're intentionally choosing to and maybe have a moment of self-care or be with somebody that you care about or have a moment alone or invest in a service for yourself, anything, just asking yourself what you want out of that. And I think I kind of lost track of what I was saying, but
No, that was,
yeah.
I mean, I think it's an important reminder and I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for people because I really do feel.
Oh yeah, and just being present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do feel that we're not present enough a lot in life because of the world we live in. It's fast paced.
Yeah.
We're always connected. There's just so many things. And to just exist is kind of a lost art in a way.
Yeah, it just feels odd like at
Yeah.
first
It feels
too.
like, ooh, you know, you want to like itch and scratch a
Yeah,
little.
like I should be doing something. I should be accomplishing something. I should be. I
Yeah.
should be. I
The
should
check, the
be.
check, the check, the check.
Yeah. Well, what do you think that you should be, or what did someone else tell you that you should be
Right.
doing? You know.
This is very true.
Mhm.
I love that. Um, well, on that note, you often meet people at in vulnerable moments or maybe on big days.
Mhm.
They've got a lot of emotions running through them.
Mhm.
There's things going on that they're preparing for, and you're helping them prepare for that. Is there something that you do to prepare yourself to give others that space to feel vulnerable, to prepare for a big day like a wedding
Mhm.
or things like that? Do you have anything that you do to help support yourself first and foremost, but then it also supports them
Mhm.
in the grand scheme of all of it?
Yeah, I think just well, one, I feel like I try to tap into like whoever I'm about to be um working alongside or
Yeah.
anything. Um m- I would prefer to be able to know like who they are
Yeah.
ahead of time, you know, and I don't need to know like all about them, but just to
Yeah.
like even get an a little bit of a look into like, you know, what is going on for them that day, or you know, and so like um sending them a message ahead of time and
Yeah.
asking them what they need most, and
Mm.
you know, or something like that. And so it helps them check in with themselves and then have that communication with me.
Yeah.
And then I can be like, okay, it's like, it seems like maybe they have a big thing going on. Then I can be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to be their cheerleader today. Or
Yeah.
I can tell that they're really nervous. So I'm going to be very nurturing, you know,
Yeah.
like, and I feel like I'm just that anyways, but just like dial it more into what
Sure.
somebody may be needing, you
Yeah.
know, and kind of feel a chameleon in that way, just so that
Mm-hmm.
way they can feel their best and not be taking on any energy that I have either. You know, really just
Right.
being that support system, and then like seeing them through my eyes and being able
Yeah.
to, um, yeah, hype them up in that way too. Hmm.
Yeah. I love that. And so many people are in, because you're in a service industry, right? You're serving people, you know, you're on the front lines of being there with them. On that same note, how do you protect your energy within that? Because you are taking on, you know,
Hmm.
happiness, sadness. Like, I mean, there's just like probably so many different emotions, probably all of them at one time in certain situations.
Yeah.
How do you, because I think that's important for people, especially if you're out there listening and going, gosh, I just feel like, you know, I do need to protect
Hmm.
myself more often, or I feel that way when I'm in certain situations with certain people or in my industry or whatever it might be. Um, how do you protect your energy when you go into different situations?
I'd say like there's three different aspects to it for me that I can think of, and like one is making sure that I'm trying to take care of myself
Mm,
outside of what I do.
yeah.
And so like I have on my phone a reminder set, and it's got three little hearts on it, and it's a task for the day.
Oh.
So then at the end of the day I have to mark complete. So like the hearts could be literally anything, like sing a song,
Mm,
froth my milk for my coffee,
yeah.
like all anything that makes me feel good, and like
Yeah.
going for a walk, you
Yeah.
know, being with a friend or whatever that is, having a long phone call, you
I
know,
love
anything like
this.
that. Um and then definitely like making sure that I have a safe space to be able to like process out loud, because I do like verbally process
Mm,
things too. And
mm-hmm.
so making sure that I'm able to process my emotions of whatever. And then also just taking a big breath beforehand and taking a big breath after and sometimes during. But like honestly, it really doesn't take me very much to like protect my energy when I'm with people, because I'm just there to enjoy it and to make
Mm-hmm.
it like to make it run smooth.
Yeah.
And when you know that somebody's going to be leaving with a smile at the end, like
Yeah.
I don't really hope that somebody leaves with a smile. It's just that like for the most part somebody's going to leave with a smile. They're going to feel like they were taken care of
Yeah.
and that they got what they deserved. And so that I don't really feel like it comes, you know,
Yeah.
really difficult for me to be able to protect my energy in that way. But I would
Yeah.
say like the outside stuff that I do would be the most helpful.
Yeah, I love the little heart idea.
Yeah.
Because it's just something very like, well, to me, visual in a
Mm-hmm.
way, and I'm very visual. And so I love that because it's just like this kind little moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it can be as simple as singing a song. I love that because I'm all about like dance
Mm-hmm.
to one song a day. And, you might just shift your energy.
Mm-hmm.
You not might, you will. Same thing with singing, right? It does something, right? It
Mm-hmm.
releases things, it vibrates energy, and it's just fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just love that it can be that simple. And then you're like, that really is what it is for you. And that there's no expectations
Mm-hmm.
for yourself or your energy. You're just going and you're like, I'm kind of a vessel. It's going to flow through me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't let it become anything more than that,
Yeah.
which I think is profound, honestly. And I think we could all take, at least I'm taking notes mentally. I'm not writing, but mentally, of that. Because sometimes we make things so much more. And I've done it. Oh my gosh, I've held so much space for this person today. And I'm like, I'm stressed about it, right? And I'm like, how do I,
Mm-hmm.
process? But you're finding your way of processing,
Yeah,
right?
and I think that that's just like from people. People don't always need you. Like we say, hold space. It's
Mm-hmm.
like this understanding of like, oh, this person is like um gonna be able to like have enough room mentally or physically for me,
Yeah, yeah.
and but you don't have to take it on. It's literally just like people just want the connection. People
Mm,
just want, people want to know that they're cared for and they want to feel cared for,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So, and there's many different like modalities and to how that can come to you,
yeah.
and yeah.
I love that. It's just making me think of so many things that we just escalate way more than we need to a lot of times, you know? And we make mountains out of what could have been, a little tiny bump in the road. And that it's no different than working with people and their energy and creating these connections. It doesn't have to be more than what it is.
Mhm.
Really, is what the bottom line is what we're saying, what you're
Yeah.
saying, and I love that. It's very like it's like a simplistic way of thinking of things that we always complicate. Why do we complicate things so much in life?
There's just so much going on.
You're like it just is. It's part
Yeah.
of it. Um, okay. What you do for people, I believe, anyways, can truly be something that kind of is a continuation of kind of their self worth, their self confidence. It can shift so much for people. And I'm sure you've seen it happen in front of your own eyes where people see themselves differently when they look in the mirror. You go in, you do your magic, they look in the mirror and they're like, oh my gosh. Like you've maybe changed the way they see themselves. Maybe you've changed the routine. How does that feel? Like, what do you, um, when you think of that,
Mhm.
what emotions does that bring for you? Because I mean, making somebody's life easier is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think that, it's kind of a reflection on me as well because like I would like to be able to or I guess like you just have that like natural yearning for being cared for as well. And so like when you get to care for other people, it like comes back to you also. Like I think that that's a very natural thing to have. So there's like a little dose of that, but also just um, being able to, I guess, just see somebody smile. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
cool that I'm involved with it, but it really just to be like so close to somebody's emotion that is happening in that moment, and it is a very present, feeling that they're having, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so I think that that's really special, and
It's interesting because as you talk, I feel like you almost remove yourself from their transformation, even though you're the catalyst of it.
mm,
It's
that's
kind of
interesting. Yeah.
interesting. And I don't even know. It's like, it's a beautiful thing because it's like you're just giving them this gift then of like, hey, your hair is easier to manage because of what we've worked on and what we've done.
Hmm.
And like, there you go. And it's like so, I don't know. It's really beautiful.
Oh,
I don't know if you
thanks.
like even realize that, but as you're talking,
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
man, really though, like you are the catalyst to the transformation. And then you're like, and then they go, like they're off hopping in the field.
Yeah, I guess I like to be able to be like, girl is always there. Like,
Yes. I understand
and
that.
thanks for
Yes.
letting me play.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me try this out. Thanks for letting me be creative. I'm so lucky to be able to
Yeah.
say that I get to do this and make a
Yeah.
living about it,
Yeah.
And so, but it's all you, girl. You're the canvas,
Yeah.
you know?
It's beautiful because I actually kind of think of it. I'm a huge Wizard of Oz dork. And, it's like, you've always been home. Dorothy she always had the power to go home.
Yeah.
She just didn't know. She just had to click her heels, but nobody told her that. So she didn't know. Right. But like she had the power the whole time. So, and I very much resonate with what you just said because we all have this ability to tap into the more confident side of ourselves, the more whatever word we're putting in, right? The more silly, the more grounded. And you're just like, yeah, like you've had it with you. Like, here you go. But now you're like flipping your hair a little different.
Yeah.
And you're just seeing it now maybe for the first time.
And to be able to like walk away with the reminder of it later, and being like being able to show somebody that, you can set a good foundation and make the most out of our time together. But like when we're not together, that's what means the most. Like that time is the most important. And so like me using my skills to like set you up for a good foundation to where you can wake up and have a little less off of your plate, but feel more like yourself.
Yeah.
And be able to get there a little bit easier too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you figured out what she does yet? I don't know. There's been some tips or ideas and little things that could be giving it away. But no, I love that. Like you're just giving them some foundational like spaces to kind of jump off.
Reminders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And don't we need that? I mean, I can't imagine that when you're listening to this, you can't be going, wow, this is making me get quiet with what I already have within me almost. I know I am anyways.
It's like giving them permission to the reminder that you have permission to whatever that is.
Yeah, enter it in.
Dot, dot, dot.
I love it. Okay. I'm loving this thought of like it being within them already. So what would you say to somebody who is maybe listening that they're like, but I don't feel very confident, grounded, beautiful, whatever word might be coming to mind for them. What do you say? Like what for you, how do you tap into the things that are already within you and what may be helpful for somebody to kind of maybe think about or even just add into their day, kind of like your little things that you do. Is there anything that you think you feel called to sharing for somebody?
Yeah, I'd say if they told me that they don't feel that way, I would say to stop and look in the mirror and just stare at yourself and then speak out what you see. Like, I see this. I see this, That could be something that you could do to empower yourself on your own. And that can be a very emotional thing to do. You could do that like, gosh, I would say too, like, if you're really not feeling it, because I have felt that way. I've felt that way for long periods of time, and I've felt that way for short snippets of time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, none of us are immune to that. And I would say if you're catching yourself in a big slump where you're just like, I have not felt anything about myself in a long time, then I would say that it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone and surround yourself with other people who you think are beautiful for so many different ways.
Yeah.
And then start getting inspired. And then you'll slowly start to see little things pop up with inside of you that are inspiring for you or help you feel more empowered, help you feel more confident. If you give yourself skills and tasks to accomplish and then you actually follow through and you do them, like those things can be really empowering too, And then, but if you need someone else to do it, then I would say, or to help give you permission to see that within yourself too. Like go to a class, pay somebody that is already doing it,
Yeah.
and I would, so if you need to like go to counseling so you can talk about it, like they're going to be there to support you. Right. But like, or you could be going to, go to get your hair done if you can, or go to get your nails done, or go to a dance class.
Yeah.
Give yourself something that that you can invest in as well. So there's so many different ways that you can go about that, but like just to get that needle moving just a little bit for you. Recognize the light at the end of the tunnel, and then start recognizing yourself and pick something that you need.
Ooh. I love that. But also what it reminded me of is that we're mirrors for each other.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to sit in a chair and get your hair done, or go to a dance class, which are two things that make sense to us. If you might go in and you're like, ugh, like I'm not feeling it. And, it's like that meme of, what is it, a lizard that's like, I never saw like how ugly I was until I looked at myself in the mirror with the wet hair and whatever. You might feel like that lizard for a second, but after you get a little bit of you time and you come out on the other end, or you go to the dance class and you're like, I have 8 left feet. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, you're like, actually, I feel better. Whatever it is.
I only have 3 left feet.
Right, I only have 3 now.
Yeah.
Next time I might have 2,
Yeah.
Whatever it is for you. She's challenging us, right, to put ourselves into places where we can be mirrors for other people, or other people can be mirrors for us, I should say, in this instance. Yeah. And you eventually will also be the mirror. You always really are. You just don't know it. And you start to see, oh, well, they're inspiring me, but I'm also feeling different too, because I've shifted and I'm learning something different about myself, or I'm feeling more whatever about this, that, and the other. And it's like, I love that. So your dream work assignment, we call it dream work around here. Your dream work assignment is to do something, a self-care thing, something that, a class, something that puts you out into kind of grow mode, shift mode, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I like that. Look in the mirror and then do something for yourself.
Well, mirror work can be powerful. It's very uncomfortable though, because the first thing you want to say is something negative usually.
Well, and let yourself say the negative thing.
Right.
If you want to say 5 negative things, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where's that story really coming from though?
Who's it going to hurt? Your own feelings?
Yeah.
Okay, say it out loud.
You're already doing it probably without,
Yeah, quit stuffing it down and get it out.
Ooh, yeah. Love that.
Yeah. And
confront it, yeah.
Yeah, and then say something, because if you say something nice to yourself, it doesn't have to be about what you look like in the mirror. After you start saying the not so nice things, whether it's to yourself or outwardly to yourself, you're gonna be like, yeah, but I am this way because of this, and I've gotten past that because of this. So then you start building on that, and that's empowerment, you know?
Yeah.
And that doesn't come from looks at all.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you think mirror, you're like the first thing most people's brains go to is like, well, I'm just gonna pick apart the crow's feet or the whatever, right?
I have smile lines because I smile.
Because I smile and enjoy life.
I have crow's feet because I don't know.
Yeah.
Also smile.
Yeah, I smile and I maybe been in the sun a little bit in my life.
I've got a frown. What is this line?
Oh, the 11 lines.
I've got one of those. I've got a one-liner. I'm good at one-liners. But I've got a one-liner because I'm a thinker. So I'm often,
Yeah. It's just kind of burrowing to one side.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And newsflash, we all have creaks and cracks and things like we always have.
Yeah.
We just, and so I love that you call us to think of it in a different way. I went through a period where I was really having a hard time with my arms in particular. And I don't think that's, if anybody listening is like, everybody's at one point been like, like thought about them in a way that didn't feel that great, right? Especially if you're like middle age like me. And on the mirror, I wrote, they are strong. And if somebody came in, they'd be like, what's strong? Who's they? But to me, it was like, they are strong. Like I pick up stuff that, probably is beyond my, comfort zone because I'm able to do it.
Yep.
And so I changed that
Yeah.
story that like I have strong arms and that's
Mm-hmm.
what they're meant to do is pick stuff up, hold my nieces and nephews,
Mm.
you know, lug around, you know, decor in my house because that's what I love
Mm-hmm.
doing. Like, you know what I mean? So
I do know what you mean.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And I'm so happy that you brought that to the table because I feel like we need that more. We need to shift the narrative in our brains
Mm-hmm.
and do the mirror work literally, but then
Mm-hmm.
figuratively, like you brought to the table of
Yeah.
like going into places, spaces, classes, whatever it is, to see yourself in different lights and different versions
Mm-hmm.
too,
Yeah.
which is so cool. 'Cause sometimes you're like, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where that confidence shifts a little bit,
Yep.
or that whatever starts to develop differently. All right. Do we feel like it's time to like say who you are and
Oh
what you
yeah.
do? All right. Tell everybody what you do and how you serve people.
I'm a personal destination hairstylist. So I bring the experience to you and meet you where you're at. And so with that, there's flexibility in that I can meet you or you can come to me. So there's opportunity for you to enjoy services based on your needs at the time. And I will go inside, I'll go outside. You can come to my little studio. We can make a little studio out of your space and we don't need a lot of space. Sometimes we don't even need access to water. But I have different ways of bringing that to you as well. And really holistically taking a look at you, not just your hair, but
Yeah.
looking at your scalp all the way to the tip of your hair. And whether you have hair or not, everybody's got a scalp, you know? And so, really bringing education into our experience together and maybe bringing something or, helping you understand something that you may not have known. You've gone your whole life not knowing about your scalp or your hair, and then helping you slow down and be more present while you're taking care of yourself and how that has lasting effects. And I was talking about like setting you up for a good foundation and those kinds of things. Like I'm really inspired by people who want to show their personality through their hair, but also by people who are they want to see what naturally can be enhanced and embraced. And I want to be that catalyst to be able to show you that as well. So I love working with all textures of hair and all types of people. But I'm really inspired by artists and eclectics and yeah, those people that really just want to hone in on how they care for themselves. They find a lot of value in taking care of themselves and they find particular things that light them up. And then they really focus on that and they're intentional about it because I'm really intentional with the time that I take with you. And yeah, and then those who really want to dial back and find more simplistic way to take care of themselves as well. And that can be the either the amount of time, the amount of like products and tools, but then also the big in the ingredients, you know, dialing it back to low tox, non tox, and finding the best ways to care for themselves in those ways too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could go on, but
Yeah, no, it's,
mhm.
and she's amazing. And truly, like, I was able to sit and she did my hair for actually a branding photo shoot. And she like came in and it was like, what kind of music do you want? And it was like incense, like she had some it was just like making it like me. It was very much just such a beautiful moment. And it's like I almost felt like every little, you know, I mean, you were like curling and styling and whatevering my hair, and it was like I just felt like I existed, you know? And it
Yeah,
was just a beautiful thing.
I
So it's
love
just a
that.
great,
Thank you. Yeah, because I
yeah,
always say a place to simply exist,
yeah,
no social
yeah.
expectations.
No, none
Hmm.
at all. And, you know, people have gotten their hair done outside in their backyards.
Hmm.
And I just think that's such a beautiful thing because it's, you have this ability to take something that everybody knows, right? Like doing hair and getting cared for in that way, but doing it in such a special, beautiful way.
And you
It's
are in
so
control
good.
of that, you know,
Yeah.
like I've cut people's hair like outside in the rain before, you know,
Yeah.
along a canal, and like,
Yeah.
you know, we picked that spot together and we didn't know it was going to rain, kind of had the feeling, but like it was just quiet
Yeah.
with nature and,
Ugh.
you know, and so, yeah. And then also like bringing in the feeling that you get from being cared for, and then just expanding on that as well. So like whether we're going to have fun with it and we're going to expose and enhance and embrace your personality and
Yeah.
what you're working with and all of
Yeah.
those things, or like the in between where you're not getting your hair done, but you still need to be cared for. And you know, a lot of people will say like their favorite part of getting their hair done is the scalp massage or, you know, like the brushing, that kind of stuff. And so I focus a lot on, like I said, scalp health. And so that's been like a really big thing that I've been bringing into what I do more and more, and showing people that they can care for themselves in another way.
Yeah.
And so that's more of like a meditative experience, where we focus on lowering your cortisol and like what doesn't
Important.
thrive in low cortisol states. Hair grows best in low cortisol states. And so really just bringing that as a service to you, but as a reminder that you can bring this tool home with you. You already have the tools maybe at home,
Yeah.
and then working through with you to remind yourself like to take a breather, to massage your scalp, and you know,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
a lot of nerve endings in there, and it just really helps you find that point of relaxation.
So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's something that's so important to me, to show like what people do differently in this world. And if the people listening haven't seen that here, I don't know what. They weren't listening, right? You know, and so I just think it's really important to shine a light on the places and spaces within ourselves that are so much more beautiful than we ever give credit, and that's what you do good. So all of her information is going to be in the show notes. Follow her, become in her world. Even if you're not local to us, being in that world is a beautiful thing, because you're just going to learn how to care for yourself differently and to be a part of your own life in like a more intentional, beautiful way. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Bye.